Now I'm down in Tribeca, right next to the Narrow, but I'll be hood forever. I'm the new Sinatra, and since I made it here, I can make it anywhere. Yeah, they love me everywhere. I used to cop in Harlem, all of my Dominicanos right there up on Broadway. Pulled me back to that McDonald's, took it to my staff.
So, today while doing different things like praying, preparing for my choir audition and so forth, this idea just came to me. So I kind of had to do this picture very straightforward. So just a light source, Constantine, cathedral background, and then voila, there it goes. So yeah, very simple setup. As you all know, Constantine is one of my favorite figures in the DC line. So I thought I'll just do this picture. So I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm expecting a flurry of X-Men pictures coming pretty soon because of the upcoming X-Men Days of Future Past movie. So I thought I wanted to get a jump on the guys. So here I have a bunch of X-Men characters. So yeah, I mean, pretty much, they're kind of accompanying Professor X. So each one of them in different poses. So Cyclops is just kind of walking, Emma following behind, Logan, either putting on or taking off his mask, and Beast with his goggles and a backpack, and Professor X on his wheelchair. So I think this would be pretty much the current batch of guys. Not too far in the future, not too far in the past. So I think this wheelchair works pretty well. Of course, I don't have the futuristic floating, levitating wheelchair, which will be pretty dope, but it hasn't been made in this scale yet. So yeah, just a simple display, but I hope you guys like it. So yeah, I was talking to one of the dudes from the A.C.B.A family earlier. So shout out to Muhammad. Yeah, anyways, it's pretty cool, to talk to the guys on the A.C.B.A group. Just finding out more about them, what their likes, so and so forth, their lives. And through that, you actually sometimes get ideas. So as I was talking to him, he's not really a DC collector, so he wanted me to do a DC pick, and then I thought of doing this picture. So this is Deadman here, and here I have the Adam Sandler Little Nicky figure, which I've never featured before. So I thought I'll just do a simple, bench display. So the Little Nicky figure is sleeping, and Deadman is kind of levitating over him, thinking about possessing his body, so taking over his body. So I thought it's quite a cool picture, so I hope the picture comes out well. I was having a chat with Jeremy Lee this afternoon. So we were kind of talking about different types of displays, and from that discussion it kind of spawned this display. So here I have a DP kind of wearing a Yotsuba head. So it's kind of using the Yotsuba head as a disguise. Yeah, and then here Bob is kind of shocked at the Deadpool wearing the Yotsuba head. So just added some props, kind of like them chilling out. So I just love the expression on this Hydra soldier, which I'm using as Bob. So something that the new Hasbro Hydra soldiers can't replicate, which is the shock expression. So I hope you guys like this A side. I'm going to do a B side display now. really having a lot of fun with this B side. So here I did a variation of the earlier picture. So here, instead of DP wearing a Yotsuba head, is basically Mystique changing her head, shape-shifting her head to look like Yotsuba, and then M.A.T.O doing a face palm. So just something fun that I thought of. So I hope you guys enjoy this set. I had all sorts of ideas running through my head, but in the end I decided to do this Dr. Fate picture, another DCUC picture. So a very dope figure. So here I'm not using a flight stand, I'm just using a blue tag to stick him to the backdrop. And then here I have a dead body with a Buffy figure and the cutout. So I may do another version without the cutout, maybe from this angle. So I'll try and play around with the figure, so stay tuned for that. Recently, I think because of the movie, the X-Men movie, I've really been into reading up on X-Men and doing X-Men displays. So, the other day Book was commenting about me not having Colossus in my X-Men picture, but I do have a Colossus. So here this is the select version. So basically what I did was I took off the vest. So here is just him with his shorts. So here I kind of have him in a torture scene. So I have a scientist doing an experiment on him. So just a very simple display, but I kind of am focusing on the pose. So here I kind of have him restrained and being tested on. So yeah, just two simple cutouts. The pose with the scientist, and that's what you get. So I hope you guys like this picture. So today I have this haul, which is pretty much the SDCC 2013 exclusive Black Series Boba Fett with Han Solo in Carbonite. So yeah, I know it's not 2013, it's 2014. In fact, it's almost SDCC again. But this is something that I just collected today. So sometimes patience does pay off. So last year this guy was going for like 150 USD, but I got him this is basically the re-release version for 70 over USD. So I nearly bought this guy at 150, but because I'm not a Star Wars collector, I decided to hold it off. But when this figure was re-released again, I couldn't resist, not at this price. So I decided to get him after all. So this is the first Black Series Star Wars figure that I own. So this guy has probably been reviewed like a million times. So I'm not going to talk too much about the packaging, and I won't give you a look at the packaging on the inside. I'll go straight to the display. Yeah, but besides that, now that I have this Boba Fett and Han, I probably get. I'm thinking of getting two stormtroopers, maybe Chewbacca, maybe the regular Han. Who knows? But definitely, I'm aiming to get two Black Series stormtroopers. So yeah, that's pretty much what I have to say about this item that I have in front of me. I'll go straight to the display, so stay tuned for that. So I finally have the Boba out of box. So the Carbonite Han very impressive, very easy to use as a prop. So here I have him up against a concrete wall, and just kind of have Boba staring at him. So minor gripes about the figure. The arms are a bit awkward in my opinion, not easy to pose. And then there's this part where there's this wire kind of sticking out of his forearm and joins to another part of his forearm, and it seems quite fragile. So I'm not going to move that arm too much because I'm frightened of breaking it. And then the rifle is made of this really soft plastic, which is the type of plastic I hate that, when they use for weapons. So the rifle is very flimsy, and it's kind of awkward because this type of plastic has a tendency to warp. So you just have to be careful with that weapon. But other than that, the rest of the figure is pretty dope. The cape is a bit stiff, but here it pictures quite decently. So yeah, I'm pretty okay with the figure. But there's so much that could have made the figure much more impressive. But oh wells, I mean, that's toy companies for you. They always just miss that little bit to make their figures super impressive. So anyways, enough of that. I hope you guys enjoy this picture. Yesterday's haul of the Boba Fett and the Black Series Boba Fett and Carbonite hunt really got me reminiscing about the 80s. So you know, I grew up with movies like Star Wars, Ghostbusters, RoboCop, you know, Back to the Future, so on and so forth. And I also grew up on cartoons like Masters of the Universe, Mask, Transformers, so on and so forth. So you know, my very first memory of being in the cinema was the Star Wars and The Empire Strikes Back movie, which was really iconic. I believe it came out in when I was 4 years old. So my very first, the earliest memory I have of that movie was you know, being in the cinema, seeing the AT-ATs walking across the snow-covered terrain in the Battle of Hoth. And then subsequently, of course, much later in the movie was where Han was frozen in carbonite, thus inspiring that display that I did yesterday. So anyways, you know, all those memories of my growing up in the 80s came flooding back to me. So I happen to have this Ghostbusters DVD that I bought for myself for my birthday last year, but you know, I put off watching it till today. So it took me a while to get the DVD running because you know I'm running the Ubuntu OS at home. So you know, DVDs don't play out of box, so there was some troubleshooting required, but yeah, no worries, I got the DVD playing after all. So yeah, you know, I'm gonna get back to watching my movie. So you know, a lot of the studios and toy manufacturers are getting back to rehashing like good stuff from the 80s. You know, even they are also gonna remake the Top Gun movie. You know, there's of course the controversy about the remake of RoboCop and so on and so forth. But you know, I don't know. I mean, like some classics shouldn't be touched. So anyways, I'm gonna get back to catching up on my Ghostbusters. So stay tuned for more M.A.T.O. After watching the Ghostbusters DVD, it was kind of inevitable that I had to do another Ghostbusters display. But here I have the same set, but I'm doing a different setup with extra props. So here you see Ray stands with the eyewear and the trap. And then Muhammad sent me some 80s posters and maps and stuff. So I thought I'll do a quick picture with those posters in the background. Because those were from the 80s, which is the decade that Ghostbusters is from. So yeah, I kind of had to do this display. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the displays that I've done. These will be the displays that I will be doing, for this duration. And then M.A.T.O will be returning after a short break as I will be overseas. So enjoy these displays while you can. Major Awesome signing out till the next time. So take care, you guys, and I'll be back after a short break. So stay tuned for more M.A.T.O.